Welcome to Unstoppable Mind today, where we unlock the hidden potential within you to achieve greatness and conquer every single obstacle. Today we share the powerful story of David, a man who discovered that the secret to wealth lies in a cornfield. This is not just a story about farming, it is a profound lesson on how discipline creates freedom in our lives. Let us go back to David's childhood, where the warmth of his bed was the only thing that mattered to him. Every morning at exactly 5 o'clock, the alarm would scream, pulling him away from his dreams and into the cold reality. His father stood there like a statue, already dressed for the storm, waiting for his son to join him in work. The young boy hated the mud, the cold rain, and the darkness, dragging his feet with every step he took forward. He could not understand why they had to suffer this early when everyone else was sleeping comfortably in their warm beds. His father never complained about the cold. He simply focused on the task at hand with a calm and steady resolve. To the father, the farm was a living entity that required constant attention, regardless of how the humans felt that day. One day, David asked why they could not wait for the rain to stop before going out to check the fields. His father pointed at the crops and said that nature does not care about our comfort or the weather forecast. Growth happens consistently over time, and if we miss a day of care, we lose a day of potential harvest. As David grew older, he swore to himself that he would escape this hard life and find comfort in the city. The day finally came when David packed his bags, leaving the discipline of the farm behind for a modern life. The city was dazzling and full of promises, offering a life where he could sleep late and work only when inspired. He indulged in the freedom of waking up late, believing that he had finally escaped the prison of early morning routines. However, without the structure he hated, his life began to unravel into a chaotic mess of missed deadlines and stress. He only worked when he felt motivated, waiting for the perfect mood to strike before starting any of his important tasks. Like a ship waiting for the wind, he drifted aimlessly, achieving nothing while time slipped through his fingers every single day. His career suffered as he failed to deliver results, and his boss eventually lost patience with his inconsistent work performance. He tried starting his own business, but his initial excitement faded the moment he encountered the first signs of real difficulty. His finances collapsed because he lacked the consistency required to build a sustainable business in a competitive and demanding market. He blamed the economy, the market, and bad luck, refusing to see that the problem was staring back from the mirror. One rainy night, wandering the streets, a memory of his father walking through the storm suddenly flashed vividly in his mind. He felt a deep sense of isolation, realizing that his pursuit of comfort had only led him to misery and failure. He looked in the mirror and saw a man who had potential but wasted it all on procrastination and cheap excuses. Defeated and broke, David packed his bags to return to the place he once escaped, seeking answers to his life. The bus ride home felt long and heavy as he prepared to face the father whose lessons he had foolishly ignored. Standing before his childhood home, he realized that while the world had changed, this place remained a sanctuary of consistency. The next morning at 5, he woke up to the familiar sound of boots and equipment being prepared in the kitchen. He went down to find his father, now 58 years old with gray hair, getting ready just as he always did. David asked in disbelief if his father still kept this grueling schedule despite his age and the toll on his body. His father handed him a cup of hot tea and invited him to sit on the porch for a conversation. They sat together in the quiet dawn, watching the mist rise over the fields that had sustained their family for generations. The father spoke softly, telling David that his failure was not due to a lack of talent, but a lack of discipline. He explained that relying on feelings is a trap because feelings are temporary and unreliable, just like the changing weather. True discipline means showing up to do the hard work exactly when your mind is begging you to stay in bed. Motivation is like a sunny day. easy to enjoy. Discipline is the raincoat that allows you to work through the storm. David sat in silence, realizing that he had spent his life waiting for sunny days while his father mastered the storms. His father stood up and challenged him to join the work, not as a forced child, but as a conscious man. For the first time in years, David felt a spark of resolve as he put on his boots to face the day. They worked side by side, and although the labor was physically exhausting, David's mind felt clearer than it had in years. The mud on his hands no longer felt dirty. It felt like the honest foundation upon which true success is built. That evening, David made a pact with himself to practice absolute discipline for 90 days, no matter how he felt. On day 1, when the alarm rang, he did not hit snooze. He sprang into action to defeat his inner weakness. He started his mornings with physical exercise, training his body to obey his commands rather than listening to his tired mind. He eliminated all distractions, focusing intensely on his work for hours before the rest of the world had even awakened. On day 15, a storm raged outside, and his old self wanted to stay in bed, but the new David refused. His father watched from the window, seeing the transformation of a boy into a man of principle and unshakable character. By day 30, the momentum began to build. His body was stronger, and his mind was sharper than ever before. He applied this relentless consistency to a new business venture, planning every hour with the precision of a master architect. When problems arose, he did not panic or quit. He simply viewed them as weeds that needed to be removed. Even after long nights of exhausting work, he maintained his wake-up time, proving that his commitment was stronger than fatigue. He discovered the power of momentum. Just like a rolling snowball, his small daily actions were compounding into massive results. On day 90, David stood on the hill, realizing he had completely rewired his brain and destiny through simple daily actions. He was ready to return to the city, not as a dreamer hoping for luck, but as a warrior ready to conquer. He transformed his environment to match his new mindset, clearing away the clutter that once reflected his chaotic inner state. He approached his business with a new intensity, and people could feel the undeniable power of his conviction and reliability. 1 year later, his small venture had grown into a thriving company, built on the solid foundation of unwavering consistency. Financial freedom arrived, but David remained humble, knowing that money was just a byproduct of the person he had become. During an interview, a host asked him for the secret formula that took him from total failure to massive success. David smiled and simply said that the secret was hidden in the mud of his father's farm all along. He explained that success is not about brilliance. It is about the ability to keep going when the excitement fades away. He told the audience that most people quit the moment things get hard, which is exactly when the competition disappears. If you can keep moving forward when you don't feel like it, you automatically separate yourself from the 99%. David returned to the farm, not to escape, but to thank the man who had taught him the ultimate lesson. His father looked at the man David had become, and knew that his legacy of discipline would live on forever. Walking through the fields, David realized that the principles of nature apply to everything in business and in life. Remember that motivation is just a fleeting feeling, while discipline is a binding commitment you make to your future self. Stop waiting for the perfect conditions to start, because the storm is actually the best time to build your strength. It is not about how hard you work for one day, it is about how consistently you show up every day. Now I ask you, what are you waiting for? Are you waiting for inspiration, or are you ready to act? You have the potential to achieve everything David did, but you must first conquer the enemy living inside your mind. I challenge you to start your own 90-day journey today. Pick one habit and stick to it without exception. It could be waking up early, reading a book, or exercising. The activity matters less than the consistency of execution. Be warned that the first few weeks will be painful, and your mind will create every excuse to make you quit. When you feel like quitting, remember the farmer in the rain. He does not stop, and neither should you. If you can survive the process, you will emerge as a completely different person, capable of achieving any goal you set. David now spends his time teaching others that the path to freedom is paved with the bricks of daily self-discipline. He found peace not by avoiding work, but by mastering himself so that work became a natural expression of his will. The difference between his two lives was not luck or talent. It was simply the decision to stop making excuses. Discipline is truly the highest form of self-love because it gives you the future that you truly deserve to have. As the sun sets over the fields, we are reminded that every harvest is the result of thousands of small actions. Do not let another day slip away into the void of procrastination. Your new life is waiting for you to start. Plant the seed of discipline today, water it with consistency, and watch as your life transforms into a masterpiece. David proved that change is possible for anyone who is willing to pay the price. I believe you can too. Join the ranks of the unstoppable, those who do what is necessary rather than what is easy or comfortable. Time is running out for all of us. How will you spend the remaining sand in your own hourglass of life? You must choose between two pains, the slight pain of discipline today or the crushing pain of regret tomorrow. Think about where you could be in 5 years if you stopped negotiating with your mind and just did the work. The possibilities are infinite for the disciplined mind. There is no ceiling to what you can achieve with consistency. Here at Unstoppable Mind Today, we are committed to helping you build the mental fortress required for lasting success. If this story resonated with you, please subscribe to our channel so you never miss a lesson on personal mastery. Like this video and share it with a friend who needs to hear this message. You might change their life. Comment the phrase, "I choose discipline" below to make a public commitment to yourself and our community today. David and his father eventually enjoyed the wealth they built, but they valued the character they built even more. The legacy continues as David passes these lessons to his own son, ensuring the cycle of strength is never broken. Life is ultimately fair. It rewards those who pay the price of discipline with the prize of absolute freedom. Keep your inner fire burning. Do not let the rain of doubt or the wind of laziness extinguish your flame. Run towards your goals with everything you have. The only thing standing between you and your dreams is action. Take control of your destiny. Do not leave it to chance. You are the architect of your own future. Fill your mind with wisdom and your days with action. This is the formula that has worked for centuries. David never forgot where he came from, and that humility kept him grounded even as he reached new heights. The road ahead is open for you as well. It is waiting for you to step on the gas and go. 90 days is all it takes to break old habits and build a new version of yourself that is unstoppable. Stop thinking and start doing. The perfect moment is a myth. The present moment is the only truth we have. You are not alone on this journey. We are a community of builders, dreamers, and doers supporting each other. Thank you for spending your valuable time with us today. We appreciate your attention and your commitment to growth. Check out our other videos for more inspiring stories and practical strategies to master your mind and your life. Go out there and conquer your day. Be the master of your fate and the captain of your soul. This is Unstoppable Mind Today, signing off. Stay disciplined, stay strong, and we will see you in the next video. Start your 90-day challenge today. Transform your life completely, and remember to subscribe to Unstoppable Mind Today for more wisdom.